Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Thank God. It's what I always wanted. Look. DDR5. Oh my god. You'd think with the number of YouTube videos out there with RTX 5090s that I'd get through loads of them in my PC building business, but no, and there's a good reason for that. It costs an arm and a leg and probably a kidney and a couple of other major organs, so when a customer comes through that really wants that top end performance, well, I'd have to show the process in a video, wouldn't I? But it's not just showing off. There is some sage wisdom you can learn from this build that you might not expect. Roll the tape.
Shoot to kill, if it's crucial or G-skill, I'll always deal my blow to Patriot and more. But today I'm feeling something, a changing in the winds. A kit for $90 is now 176. The DDR is gone.
This PC has everything. High performance, solid cooling, gorgeous aesthetics, and robust components. I don't really know what else to say. It's the best out there. I'm sure one or two of you out there might have recommended the 9950X 3D for a top-end build rather than the 9800X 3D, but there's a good reason we stuck with the Ryzen 7. The layout of the 9950X 3D is like this. You have one CCD with lovely binned silicon, 3D cache, beautiful, fast, lovely 8 cores. But there's also a second CCD with kind of meh silicon, and that makes it up to the 16 cores advertised on the box, and that's very helpful in workstation and rendering workloads. Whilst it's fine for those kind of things and other reasons to need lots of cores, the hardcore gamer might actually end up with a worse experience. See, depending on the game and to an extent Windows, the performance can actually be lower than the 9800X 3D if the application gets assigned those lower tier cores on the sort of junk CCD. So you either have to use an app called Process Lasso, or you have to disable half your cores in the BIOS to only use the good ones. In which case, for the pure gamer, you've bought a 16 core chip for absolutely no reason. That's why in my videos I don't recommend Ryzen 9 CPUs unless you have a core heavy workload alongside your gaming. Some of you might also have wondered why we didn't go with an X870 motherboard rather than the B850, and that's because the X870 would not have given us any more performance or features that we would have used, and of course it's quite difficult to find a micro ATX X870 board, and often you'll have to go to an ITX board to get one that's going to fit in our micro ATX case. The customer was very specific, they definitely wanted this Corsair 2500X case. The PC itself is designed beautifully with rich gold RGB, dense arrangements and wood accents. The Corsair 2500X case is a weighty beast, but the theme really works, and I love the detailing of the dragon on the cooler of this MSI Vanguard RTX 5090. The customer actually sent over a little video of his setup playing on screen now, and it's clear he's very passionate about his gaming setup. Fair play to him, it looks absolutely baller. This week I'm publishing 7 videos in 7 days, so I'm going to end it now before I have a mental breakdown. If you want to see great PC content and the ongoing deterioration of my mental state, subscribe and ring the notification bell and tell me in the comments what content you want to see. And what will really help with my mental state is if you recommend your friends to pc36.co.uk if they're in the UK and needing a gaming PC. Okay, love you, bye!